So I thought I would talk about what we read today. The Wonders of the World. And I liked, my name is Ina Irby. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm a mom. And I appreciated both of these. We, as witnesses, I think too, I noticed with my husband when he wanted me to learn more about witnesses, and I was a crazy Jehovah's Witness. The more he talked about it and certain things, I would always get my feathers ruffled. And it was really hard for me to listen to him, and I would kind of shut off. I did better when he just changed his behavior. And as I don't really have any connections anymore to anyone in the organization. I had friends, and they were pioneers and women pioneers. So the people that I chose, I know aren't going to talk to me, which is fine. And have been pioneers and longtime Jehovah's Witnesses. So they played by all the rules. And I figured I knew I wasn't going to have anything to do with them. But I do like the importance of what it said. When I change my behavior, the behavior of those around me may also change. But there's no guarantee that it will change to my liking. For me, that was my children. Being able to change so that my children wouldn't do this, wouldn't get hooked up into something so twisted and abusive. And I would break the pattern. And it says, I can be the one to break the pattern. I can choose to do what I think is right for me. I noticed that when I finally, Eric Wilson and his videos were very helpful to me. I liked respectfulness. I liked the fact that it was scriptural. Although my husband was always very respectful and always scriptural. Everything that I heard Eric Wilson say, my husband had told me 20 years before. Why it took me 20 years? I don't know. I have no idea. I wish and because, like I've said before in the past, I wish I knew why I stayed there for so long. I wish I had gotten out earlier. I really don't know. I really don't understand what my psyche was. Why? Other than I wanted to save the individuals in my family. I was going to bring them back into the organization to get saved. And I never really thought. Like I said, I was the witness that didn't ever believe that only Jehovah's Witnesses will survive. So maybe in the back of my head, I always thought that everybody gets a clean slate. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know why it took me so long, other than I was going to save my family. And now I'm changing the pattern. And it is frightening, right? It's scary because you don't know what you don't know. What I read today, right? You suffer with all the things that you think might happen to you. And in that process, you're not really living because you're worried about all the things that can happen. And you got to let it go. As Jehovah's Witnesses too, we worry. I worried about the world. I worried about my neighbors. I worried about my husband. I worried about my children. You're stuck. And then when you leave, you think, I don't know anything anymore. I thought I knew what I was talking about. When I shared scriptures with people, I thought I knew what I was talking about because I was given this information. That said, you know now, you are all knowing, you are specially chosen. And yeah, no, we don't really know. And that's okay. Not knowing is okay. I'm realizing that. There's a lot of people that don't know. I think, too, having a brain bleed helps. Because I really don't know if I'm going to wake up in the morning. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to read in the morning. Or, will my face look camera worthy? Will it concave, or will it, because it manifests itself in stroke. So every morning is kind of a different morning for me. It's kind of nice to know that somebody else is having a little bit more difficulty in life. Because it'll help you get through whatever you're going through. So we're all in that. We're all in it together. We're all trying together. And you might not have a connection with anyone. And that's okay. You might be scared to go out, but that's okay. It's okay. Just take it one day at a time, and don't worry about tomorrow, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It can totally change. And it does, instantly. And I know. I woke up one day and bam, life had changed. So, that's life. Wonderment, excitement and adventure for life. Under affirmations for the inner child, the process of being a grown-up. And to have the experiences that you need when you're growing up. I didn't have those experiences. In my rush to grow up, I missed out on some very soul-enriching experiences. In my experience as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, we were expected to be an adult right away. So we didn't really get a chance to enjoy we weren't allowed to do the dances, right? We didn't go to any of the formals. Although I did cheat on that. I went to a winter formal with a brother who took me out, and that was really fun. And it was my senior year. And so I got to see, a little bit of what they tell you happens, right, at the meetings, where people drink and party and act crazy. It's kids. And I was glad to be able to have seen that just at least one time. And the brother that took me out was very cool about it. And he didn't, I don't know if he had ever been to a formal himself. I really don't. I asked him out, which was kind of all the way odd, but a lot of fun and super exciting for me, because I was a young girl, I had never been to a formal dance at school. So in high school. And I'm grateful that my father allowed that. My mom, I don't even remember her being a part of that. But my dad allowed me to go. And I picked out a dress and did my hair, and we went in the limo, and we went to the beach after. And there was no, hanky-panky or anything like that. He was just a nice friend. Yeah, it was fun. So I encourage you to experience that. It's kind of crazy, there's just crazy everywhere. Doesn't mean you have to get crazy. And so I got a little taste of what that might have been. But for the most part, Jehovah's Witnesses don't go to formals. They don't go to dances. They stay away from office parties, Christmas parties. Yeah. So you as a young person don't really get an opportunity to experience life around you. You're basically shut off and given what you're supposed to do. I think as a parent now, it's sexually transmitted diseases. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Amy Schumer, right? She's like, oh, how many sexually transmitted diseases do you have? I'm sorry, I'm a mom. I'm going to do what moms do and say please don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. But the reality of what children or what kids, young adults have to go through, it's even harder than it was when I was young, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. Yeah. So I would imagine that it's even harder now. I mean, the things that we see for entertainment have to be explained. And we had the Watchtower did lap dancing, for heaven's sakes. My 12-year-old had a fit. She wanted to call some of the sisters and tell them, no, don't bring your kids to the Watchtower. So these were 5-year-olds, and she didn't want the kids to be influenced or hear that information. Yeah, so things have changed, and I would imagine that I am going to be somewhat sheltered as a parent, somewhat hovering, especially after everything I know in the organization and the world around me. So I'm not going to tell them they could just do whatever they want. I am going to have some rules, right? We have to. We have to have something for our kids. But at the same time, enjoy life. Have your first kiss. Hold hands and enjoy your, the dating process. It's fun. It's exciting. Will I like the boyfriends? I don't know. It's the not knowing, right? Well, you can't suffer not knowing. And with witnesses not knowing the world around us, I do believe we're living in critical times. I believe that we're living in a time that is very difficult for mankind, and unless there's some intervention by a higher power, that mankind will destroy itself. It's very close to it now. I think closer than we actually know. So, and I still believe in the Christ. I still believe he is the King, and he will intervene without religion. I don't believe in any religion. And I don't like it when men tell you they know and this is how you do it. They don't know. So all those people are dead. Anyway, I don't mean to go off on a tangent. I thought I'd share. And these are the things that I enjoyed about what I read today and how it affects me. And how you process it, I will let you do what you need or what helps you. I hope it helps you. Hope listening to me helps you somehow. All right. Well, here we go. Have a good day. Follow your bliss and be good humans.